Usher.
They talk about his
Usher, I'm tired of Usher.
Oh.
Goofy bitch.
No.
Got your asshole ripped open and the only thing it inspired was loyalty. They ripped your ass open. Gene didn't say it. He said, check the records at the hospital. I'm saying it. You got your ripped open. Then you take Justin Bieber from Lily White, Canada, and take him to the flavor of Fuck Off, the kiddie edition. Get his ripped open. Now everything's coming out, and the first thing you do is run the Bolly with another Kitty Ray who works with the man, L.A. Reid, that sent you to the Diddy Flavor Freak Off.
Not the Flavor Freak Off.
Now you got Justin Bieber breaking up relationships and shit. Suck Odell Beckham dick at the club, and the next thing you know, he don't even want Kim no more.
Hold up, y'all, there's some serious drama brewing between music mogul Diddy and singer Jaguar Wright, and it's about to get real messy up in here. Word on the street is that Wright has been throwing some major shade at Diddy, dropping bombshells left and right about his shady dealings in the industry. Wright, who's worked with the likes of Jay-Z and The Roots, is spilling all the tea about Diddy being a straight-up Hollywood handler, accusing him of manipulating and exploiting young artists for his own gain. And that's not all. She's even claiming that Diddy's mixed up in some dark Illuminati stuff and human trafficking. Yikes. This isn't the first time Diddy's been called out either. Remember when his ex Cassie sued him for emotional and physical abuse? Looks like Diddy's got a rep for being a master manipulator who will do whatever it takes to keep his critics quiet. Buckle up, because this drama is just getting started, but the tea was just getting started.
I'm sorry, I'm a little upset about it. Because Al B. Sure just came out of his coma, and I've been talking to Al, and we've been texting back and forth, and I'm just glad that he's alive to text.
Oh, wow. Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah. But when you think about Kim, I was thinking to myself the other day, Uptown Records started with 5 people. Andre Harrell, Al B. Sure, Heavy D, and Puffy. And Kim was the longest working employee because she was there from the very beginning. She was Andre's personal assistant. Kim is dead. Heavy D is dead. Andre Harrell is dead. The only 2 left are Puffy and Al almost died. Isn't that interesting?
That is interesting.
Heavy D was found dead, face down in the heart attack. Andre Harrell, heart attack. Kim died from pneumonia, but there's the first coroner's report that said that she died. It was ruled a homicide, and they found toxins in her body to prove that she had been poisoned. You know, they have poisons that create heart attack and pneumonia-like symptoms. And then right after that, Al had a meeting, and I was gonna meet up with him because we were in Vegas, and then the next thing you know, you wanna know what they all had in common though? The survivors and the late of Uptown Records, they were all writing tell-all books. Andre was writing a book right before he died. Heavy D was working on a book before he died. Kim Porter was working on a book before she died. And Al B. Sure was working on the documentary of his life. And then he goes into a coma. Has Puffy ever been in a coma? Has anything happened to him? He must be the luckiest motherfucker, because it seems like everybody that worked at Uptown Records from the very beginning is gone. Just him. I guess Al disappointed you. You know, I speak for a reason. When you see this bullshit ass motherfucking game fucking with people that you love, that you like, you know, it's too many coincidences.
Too many.
Fuck you, honeycomb.
Oh. Stamp it.
We gonna get you and your little dog, too. And congratulations, young Miami. Run as fast as Cassie did. Has anybody asked themselves about that shit?
I mean, yeah, I'm sure a lot of people are asking about what's going on with it. Yeah, a lot of people are looking at it as like that's the way the new relationship should work.
What, to get paid?
Yeah, basically.
She was getting $500K a month. She quit because he dropped her down.
Yeah, I think that's where they're at with it now.
No, but understand this. Think about this. And there are women in this room. Why would you quit? What the fuck is going on that $250,000 ain't enough?
Ladies?
Like, fuck the fact that he... I'm just saying, fuck the fact that he cut from 500 to 200. Who the fuck gives a shit? 200K? Who 250K? Who turning down 250K a month? What the fuck is going on in that relationship that 250K ain't enough?
Could see some things.
That ain't worth 250K. That's gotta be some dark shit. Like, people are not understanding that girl quit 250K. 4 million every quarter. Well, I'm sorry, $1 million every quarter.
Shit.
Now she was getting 2 million a quarter, but then she got, fuck you got going on. That's so deep that it ain't worth $1 million a quarter.
When Diddy caught wind of Jaguar Wright's explosive claims he wasn't about to let her get away with it, the media went wild as soon as Diddy clapped back, and it was a straight-up firestorm. Diddy came out swinging, denying every single one of Ray's accusations, and painting her as a bitter, washed-up singer looking for attention. He even threatened to sue her for defamation, claiming that her lies were damaging his hard-earned reputation.
Turn into like a whole nother scene, like a lost scene from Eyes Wide Shut. Like, this is looking a little weird. I mean, if Bishop Jakes was at a Diddy party, there could only be two reasons. Money.
Why do you think T.D. Jakes was at Puff Daddy's birthday party?
Do you remember when Bernie Mac played the minister in Friday?
Yes.
That's how I feel about T.D. Jakes. Like, that's how I see. Oh, Miss Parker, come to pray. But for him to be at a Diddy party, I don't know. Like, I feel the same way about that as I feel about when Tyler Perry came to his church and laid hands on him and he caught the Holy Spirit from Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry is the bishop of what? Like, I've never, like, and I cut a check for 100, and I'm gonna lay my hands on your bishop. And he said, and then the bitch said, it's on the fucking internet. He's doing all of this, right? And then there's a woman on the dais screaming, push the baby out. Birth that baby. I'm like, what? Are we a church? Or is this about to turn into like a whole nother scene, like a lost scene from Eyes Wide Shut? Like, this shit is looking a little weird. I mean, if Bishop Jakes was at a Diddy party, there could only be two reasons. Money or sex. That's all that happens at Diddy parties. Money and sex. I hope it was for money.
Charitable contribution.
I hope it was for money, because arguing about who's going to put the strap on is... That can be a very uncomfortable situation. You know, we're going to pray on it. Praise the Lord. You know?
Amen.
Fans were divided. Some believed Wright and called for Diddy to be canceled, while others stood by him and accused Wright of being a clout chaser. The drama was all over the blogs and gossip sites, with everyone weighing in on who was telling the truth. Diddy's team went into full damage control mode, releasing statements and doing interviews to try and clear his name. But the more he pushed back, the more people started digging into his past and bringing up old rumors. and music allegations.
Looking at this lawsuit, you know, Cassie, she alleges that, you know, Diddy, he'll get violent with her, and he'll get violent with any man that try to start a relationship with her.
Bruh, he know who to do that shit to. You understand what I'm saying? It's certain dudes that he'll do that to because he could get away with it quick enough, or he got somebody behind him, or he got some people there. They no matter gonna take his weight for. It's only so far he gonna go himself. It's only so far he gonna go himself. So now you know he gonna come at you hard, try to play it off, because he know if he do anything and it comes back to him, it's a lawsuit. He slapped somebody, hit somebody, that's a payday for them. But he'll make up that whole atmosphere, and then he'll look at one of the bouncers or look at somebody a certain way, and they'll take over his mess. So I could see him coming at somebody hard like that. But by itself, he ain't gonna bust a grape in a wine factory. But he don't have to.
Right. But I want to ask you, right? And I know you ain't sign it. I know you ain't sign an NDA, clearly. But did he make his artists sign NDAs and people that work for him?
Well, a lot of these rappers, a lot of these industry people, anybody who does business nowadays with the internet, they have NDAs, non-disclosure. That means that if you work for them, you around them, you can't disclose any of the information about them. It's the same thing that he gave to all his artists when he gave them their publishing back. I'm gonna give y'all publishing, but y'all can't talk about Janice Combs, Justin Combs, Sony, Bad Boy, or anything that happened. Y'all can't talk about none of that. But there's some artists that didn't say anything, that didn't sign it, and they able to talk about anything they want to. And I think that's those girls that was, I think Danny Kane. I think a couple of them didn't sign it. And boy, oh boy, they probably gonna go after him too. Cause I heard him, and I'm giving you this, Aubrey. He stood up there and he said in front of a lot of people, we were in the studio, and I said something to him and walked out the studio. He said, yo, I'm gonna drug their ass off and pick them up and pip them out to my nigga. He said, I'm gonna drug them out. I'm gonna get them all on drugs, and I'm gonna pimp their ass out to my nigga. And I was like, them somebody kids, and walked out. And it's somebody that heard me. It's somebody that heard me. I mean, well, it's not only somebody that heard me, it's somebody that I know who was in the studio at the time that happened, and I still talk to him today. And we were just talking about that the other day. He done moved back to Indiana. I don't know why. I'm gonna give you that one. He said he was gonna drug them all out and pimp them out.
Some industry insiders even came forward to back up Wright's claims, saying that Diddy's shady behavior was an open secret in the music world. The whole thing turned into a he said, she said mess with no one knowing who to believe.
They told a story about Cassie. Someone had asked her why she cut her hair, and she was like, Diddy said he just liked it that way. And they said when she answered the question, it was like she was in a trance. I just don't know. Diddy just said he would like my hair this way. And how she didn't even have a thought about it. It was just what he wanted.
That's how he operates. He has people followed. He has people watched. He does all kinds of fucking, he's a fucking piece of shit.
Too much money.
I feel bad for the kids. Like, don't think that there aren't moments when I'm speaking honestly about that motherfucker that I pray that his children don't hear it.
Diddy's career took a major hit in the aftermath of the scandal. He lost endorsement deals and collaborations, and some artists even refused to work with him. His reputation as a music mogul and businessman was tarnished, and he had to work overtime to try and rebuild his image. But even as the dust settled, the questions lingered. Was Diddy really the manipulative mastermind that Wright made him out to be, or was she just a bitter ex-employee with an axe to grind?
Imagine having an enemy that has a position of influence in your child's life and knowing that that person sends you notes and messages every now and then. If you don't do this, if you don't do that, that boy is dead.
And real quick, I have to go back to the raid real quick with Diddy. His sons were there and he was not there at the houses. And he was quiet.
That was the worst part of that.
To see his sons being hacked.
How the f do you force your kids to do your perp walk? That was the worst part. And all I could think about was Kim and Misa.
The girls.
Just her son. He left their son to be walked out backwards on camera for the world to see. Thank God Kimura got the girls. Misa's son. Misa and Wolf's son.
Man.
And Quincy's missing.
Quincy's missing. Oh. And lastly.
After he was questioned by the feds.
After.
I wouldn't be surprised if he was in witness protection right now. Which means his father ain't never gonna see him again.
Have we seen the last, or is this just the beginning of that saga?
It's just getting started.
True.
Which is why I think people are so uncomfortable about me being in this position right now, because of my press pass and because I'm gonna be in the courtroom for the Keffe D trial. If we get to the bottom of Tupac's murder, when that is finally revealed, 15 other murders will be revealed with it. And you will find that they were all committed by the same two people, father and son.
Were you surprised by Keffe D's arrest for Tupac's murder?
No. I'm just surprised that he hasn't given it up yet. I'm surprised that he hasn't gone to the feds yet, because he just got stabbed in jail.
Yes, he did.
He's been beaten 3 times. And I'm going to say it for a fact. I know you the one pulling the strings, Reggie Wright Jr. Stop putting your dirty work on other people. You know exactly what the fuck you are. And so help me God if you don't keep my name out your motherfucking mouth.
With the last time you were on the couch, you had mentioned, and it's crazy that you say these things, you talk about Bad Boy, you speak on Heavy D, you speak on Albie Shore.
Yeah.
And you say, like, look who's standing. And now Albie Shore is now, he's being cryptic. Not too cryptic, but he's
very cryptic.
He's very cryptic. But
he's speaking louder than he's ever spoken before.
Ever.
And the reason why he's cryptic is for the sake of his son. Imagine having an enemy that has a position of influence in your child's life and knowing that that person sends you notes and messages every now and then. If you don't do this, if you don't do that, that boy is dead. Allegedly. Imagine that. Imagine the nigga that your baby mom is fucking is telling you that if you don't do what he wants you to do, he's gonna kill your child. And you know he's capable of it. Allegedly. Story in the Bible. 2 women had 2 babies. One woman went to sleep, rolled over on her baby, killed her baby. The other woman's baby was just fine. The woman whose baby died, she got up, she went and stole the baby from her roommate. Then they fought over who the mother was. They went before the king, King Solomon. He heard both sides of the story and said, give me a knife. Give me a sword. He got the sword and he was like, I'm gonna cut the baby in half and each of you can have a piece and then we'll be done with it. It was the real mother that said, don't harm that baby, she can have him.
Wow.
Why is nobody willing to accept, as monstrous as people are finding out that Diddy is now, that he wouldn't be willing to split Quincy in half? Because he would.
Yeah, he said some years ago, like during a TV show, that he would like harm his own mother to get what he wanted, or something along those lines. So,
well, I don't blame him for wanting to harm that. She's his victimizer and his pimp. She is first pimp.
The truth may never be known for sure, but one thing's for certain: the Diddy and Jaguar Wright beef will go down in hip-hop history as one of the most explosive feuds ever. And speaking of explosive, so what's the latest scoop on the Diddy and Jaguar Wright beef? You won't believe what's been going down lately. The drama just keeps on coming with these two. And it's got the whole industry buzzing. Shady player that Wright makes him out to be, or is she just looking for her 15 minutes of fame? Sound off in the comments and let me know where you stand. And if you want even more tea on Diddy's dirty deeds, you got to check out my video on how 50 Cent exposed Diddy and Jay-Z's plot to take out Kim Porter. That's right, apparently the rap mogul were in on it together. And the is about to hit the fan. You don't want to miss it, so keep it locked right here for all the latest on the Diddy and Jaguar Wright saga, because you know I'll be here to spill the tea as soon as it drops. And trust me, this roller coaster ain't stopping anytime soon. Buckle up, y'all. It's going to be a wild ride. And thanks for watching Celebrity Spill.